Welcome back to Patches Repair Shop, guys. In this week's video, we are going to get the front end completely finished. We're going to put the nose cone back on. I've decided to do something else instead of putting the standard Speedo head back on, so I'll show you that in a minute. In last week's video, I made a little bit of a mistake. Not so much of a mistake, but I missed something or overlooked something that I spotted. And then when we was finished and the video was done and I was putting the bike away, I realised that I'd made quite a big boo-boo. So hang around and I'll show you what I've done, because it's going to take up a lot of today's video to start the process to put that right. I'm Dino, this is Patches Repair Shop. Don't forget to smash subscribe, drop us a comment, hit like, all of that good stuff. Let's crack on, shall we? Right, let me show you what the plans are, guys. This is the old Speedo head, and it fits somewhere around here like this. Now, it had been wire locked together because the captives have done a Burton. Okay, now this is my theory. There are lots of these for sale online that are in this situation where these have snapped. This has also had some dodgy looking repairs, and the Speedo needle is snapped. Now, this bike has been used for off-road events, even though, you know, they're dual sport. This one has been used off-road. And so are all the other ones that I've seen online for sale that are broken like this. They've been used in off-road events. And I think that when they are mounted here into these two bits, it's bouncing up and down, it's snapping the plastic in the Speedo head, and then it's no good, and you've got to bodge it to get it all to work again. So I managed to find a really nice one of these off of my friend Aidan, one of the subscribers. He let me have it for a really good price, and I don't want to break it. So I'm not going to fit it. I'm going to wait until, you know, if one day we sell the bike, then I can fit it, or I can offer it to the new owner with the bike. I'm going to do something else. And let me show you what I've done. So this is what I've come up with, guys. Instead of this broken one, or the new one of these that I've got that I don't want to do that to again, I've come up with this. So this is a new old stock, genuine Kawasaki kilometer reader, clicker, mileometer. That's probably the word, isn't it? What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Put it in the comments below. So, new old stock Kawasaki. I think it's from an old KDX, but the box has got KLR250 written on it. I don't know. I've never seen a KLR250. If you guys know, pop it in the comments. We can reset it here. And what I've done is I've made an aluminium bracket. I've painted it up black. I've put a little green LED in there, so we've still got a neutral light. And I've rubber mounted it all on the back here and here where it's going to bolt to the bike, which is the original Speedo position. Yeah, so it's really nice and light. And if it breaks or falls off, I'm not ruining a new one of these, which are a lot more expensive and a lot harder to find. So in my little head, it makes sense. What we haven't got, but what we also don't have on here, is we don't have an oil light. It doesn't have an oil light as standard. Okay, so we still don't have that. That's what it didn't have from the factory. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? But we don't have a coolant gauge now. So what I might do, I'm going to give it some thought. I've got some space for another LED. I've got plenty of LEDs. I might rig a little circuit up where the light pops on at a dangerous temperature. I don't know. Again, if you think I should do that, pop it in the comments, guys. Okay, we have the ability to do it. I haven't done it yet. Right, so let's pop this on the bike. But before I pop this on the bike, and I appreciate I've done this all off of camera because I just wanted to crack on and get it done. And it's a lot harder when you're filming things for you little rascals. So what I wanted to show you guys was these. The last little job to do on this is to put a connector on the end. Now, I've already put one on the bike loom side. So to identify which was the neutral light switch wire, that's the words I'm looking for. Get them out, Dino. I cut apart this old loom. Yeah, brown and turquoise, gave those some power, and the neutral light came on. So then I matched it up with a plug on the bike, found the right colours, cut them, pulled them through, and what I've put on the end, guys, is one of these really nice connectors. Now, I actually bought this set for the restoration on the Harley Davidson, because that's got some very monkey. It's got some very manky plugs on it. I'm sure they're very monkey-like as well, if that's your thing. So, I can't remember what these are called. Is it Deuce plugs or something like that? I think they're a German brand. They're very nice though. So we've got a little rubber cover. So we're going to pop that off and pop the LED right out. We've kind of done that by accident then. Never mind. So we will pop the little rubber cover over. And then what we will do is, let's see. These might need doubling over a little bit because they're very thin wires on the LED side. So let's pop those into there. Now the kit comes with this special tool. If you shell out for the kit with a special tool, the wire goes in that side, crimp it, okay, job done. Right, so that little green bit pushes in the end. You guys probably can't see that, or maybe there. So that locks the pins in place, and then this end, we can pull our little cover down, make it nice and watertight. And I've already done the same with a male plug on the other end of the bike for this to plug into. Right, so before we put any of that back together, guys, I want to give everything up here a good clean up. Look, you can see it's all muddy and horrible. So I'm just going to just get all that cleaned up, get that drying. I was going to remove this switch pack. Again, just put it to one side so it doesn't get damaged. It does incorporate the enrichener lever on the bottom. Now, what I've done is I've ordered a little enrichener lever that goes direct onto the carburetor and eliminates the cable. Okay, so that hasn't arrived yet. And just to make sure it works, because there's mixed reviews online, I'm not going to remove that today. We'll just keep that on there for a minute in case we need to keep our little enrichener or choke cable, whatever way you want to look at it. So we'll just leave that on there for the minute. Let's get this lot cleaned up. Let's get the nose cone washed. That sounds like a job for the dishwasher, doesn't it? And then we'll put our new bracket and our new little speedo head on, and that will be that lot all done. Right, so the sun's really bright out here, guys. I'm not going to complain. It's a lovely day. I've already put the male end of the plug on this side. We've already done that side on the bench. So if we plug this in, and now if you guys can see, it's really bright out here. Yeah, you can see that I've got a neutral light, but, well, there we go. Yeah, so I've got myself a neutral light. Happy days. Right, let's get the dashboard fitted, shall we? Now, the beauty of this Speedo being from a Kawasaki of the same era is that it has the same screw-on Speedo drive settings. So a lot have gone over to a wired or digital system now. So when you're looking for these things, I needed to find something that still had a Speedo cable drive, and it does. And we've already fitted a new Speedo cable, so we are away. And that is going to bolt straight down into the original points like that. So I need to get some Let me just move this brake line out the way for you so you can see. There we go. So it's going to get some washers and some bolts for that. So on the back side of here, guys, I'm just going to put some slightly bigger stainless M6 washers with some M6 lock nuts. Lovely. Let's plug that neutral light switch in. Right, now I'll move you guys out of the way and turn the ignition on. Yeah, again, you can't see it very well, but the neutral light is on. Yeah, you can see it. Lovely. Right. Let's put the outer shroud, the front fairing on and make sure everything fits. Right, I know they're not the right bolts, but the right bolts are completely and utterly chewed to bits. These are stainless steel, so it's got to be better, isn't it? Now, I reckon, guys, there's meant to be some rubber boots that go in there for the brake line to go through. So I'm going to have to see if I can find some of them because I don't think I took any out. If you guys have seen me do it, let me know. I can't remember taking them out. So how much better does that look, guys? Let's get that brake line out of the way. Yeah, we've got a neutral light. We've got our kilometers. We can still adjust it here. We're not concerned if it falls apart and breaks, and we're not damaging that original speedo. So that are hard to find and expensive and all the rest of it. Good. I'm actually really happy with that, guys. So let's move on to the little mistake that we made last week, shall we? I just noticed I didn't have the wire back on the neutral light switch properly, so that's why it wasn't super bright. There we go, that's better. Right, so where did we go wrong last week, guys? Last week we done the rear wheel bearing, we got the chain on, we got a new tyre on, new inner tube, we adjusted up the rear brakes properly, we sorted out a seize pin that was in the rear brake shoe holder, and we got loads of good stuff done. And then I pumped the tyre up and I put the bike back together and we all finished the video together. And then just as I was putting it back into the garage, I heard a whooshing noise, the whooshing noise that you don't want to hear. The tyre was going back down again. Okay. Now, when I was changing the tyre, I did spot something. I cleaned it up, not on camera, but I completely overlooked it, which was really stupid of me. Yeah. So I spotted that the chrome had come away here on the rim. Now, based on the fact we're taking these on some Enduro events, it probably wasn't very wise of me to overlook that. Anyway, I overlooked it. I cleaned it up on the inside. Anyway, it turns out that that is a lot worse than what it looks, and it's split through and it's just gone straight through the inner tube and it's job done. So, long story short, guys, plenty of second-hand rear wheels out there that look in similar condition, and they want like 150 quid for them. And do you know what? I'm gonna go for a brand new rim with some stainless steel spokes, and then we just know it's right, don't we? Yeah, buy one for 150 quid. I've got the same issue somewhere else on the rim, and we're 150 quid down again. So let's just do it. But while I'm there, I'm having some other thoughts as well. But let's start by taking the bike apart again, shall we? Right, so that's the rear wheel out, guys. And it was this point I started to think to myself, do you know what, guys? We're going to get some powder coating. Sorry, the wheel is going to get rebuilt. Let's get some powder coating done. Not all of it. Let's just try and tidy up enough bits as we can. In actual fact, what kind of sparked this all off is some gentleman was selling some new old stock springs and little fittings and bits on eBay for not a lot of money. And I thought, you know what? I could get those. It was things like side stand spring, you know, nice, new, not rusty. And I thought, you know what, then the side stand might as well get powder coated while we're waiting for everything else. And it just escalates, as you guys know. So that is the side stand off. Right, so that's the large spindle out through there, which gets us the left-hand foot peg off. So powder coating for that. Right. While they're doing it, let's just move you guys out of the way. May as well do this at the same time. Before you know it, we'll have the frame there. Tell you what, everything looks manky and rusty, but everything seems to move straight away. Surprising what a coat of mud will do. Right, one gear lever, powder coating pile. Right, on this side, we'll send the rear brake lever off to them. Oh, while I'm undoing this, guys, a couple of people have reached out via messaging this week just to say how much they're enjoying this build on the KRL. So thank you very much to Steve, as always, who reaches out on every bike. So big thanks to Steve. And big thanks to Mark Scott as well, who reached out yesterday just to say how much he's enjoying it. So thank you, guys. It means a lot. And if you are here, guys, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. That's the bit that really helps us out. And watching the whole video and commenting and liking and all of that other good stuff that is completely free of charge. Beautiful. Right. One rear brake lever. And we need to take that off the end for it to come out. Like that. Right, so that can go back in there for the minute. That spring can go for a clean up. We'll pop that back in there so it doesn't fall out. Good. So powder coating pile. Right. What we got on the other end of that one? So I'm also going to send the swing arm, guys. Oh, that was not very tight, was it? So that's the top shock bolt. So we'd pop that off. We'll pop the big spindle out through the swing arm and take the whole lot off as one. So 22mm nut on one side, 17mm on the other side of the spindle. And that's moving as well. So I had visions of this all being C solid. So one spindle and one complete swing arm unit with the shock. Right, let's pop it on the bench and get it stripped apart, shall we? Right, one swing arm, shock absorber, and associated linkages that I would love to know. I mean, that pin almost looks like it's half the way out anyway. Come on then, you clever lot, enlighten me. How does that come apart? So there's a washer on there. That looks like it's started to come out already. Is it just circlips? I think it's just circlips, isn't it? Right, let's get you guys in shot. It does look like it is just circlips and they're not stuck. So there's one. Whoosh, don't forget to put these ones back on. We will be in trouble. Right, at least that's the rear shock off, so that's not bouncing around anymore. Doesn't look great. It doesn't look like it's leaking. Could do with a clean, couldn't it? Right. That is a cleaning job for another day. Right, that was a messy game, guys. So I used a big hammer and my arbor press and all of this stuff here. So mainly, or all needle roller bearings came out. Big bush in the middle of one of them. So they came out from all of these. So it's like one big, well, you saw it before, like one big seesaw mechanism. So that's all the needle roller bearings out. So this can go to the powder coaters to go back to silver. So can this. So can this. The needle roller bearings are out of the swing arm, so that can go to the powder coaters now. So that's all done. The next thing is the rear wheel. Right, so I know we've just changed the rear wheel bearing, and if it can't be helped, we'll have to change them again. But that's not the end of the world. But the rear hub, while we're here, it seems ridiculous to not get it clean, blasted and powder coated. So that means the hub's got to go to the powder coater, but the wheel rim and spokes are going in the bin. So let's do it, shall we? Well, that made it an easy work, didn't it? Right, before you all think I've lost it, I have spoken to the wheel company, and they can supply these spokes in stainless steel, and they can get a wheel rim in the size that is required. So all is good. Do you know what? I don't think I'd have the patience to lace wheels up, because cutting them off and just taking these half pieces out of the hub, I got bored. So, cush drive out. Good. So, hub can go off to be blasted, powder coated. Then it can be sent off for a new rim and stainless steel spokes. Happy days. Oh, the wheel looks a bit sorry for itself now. We'll have to obviously get that brand new tyre off. So, everything in this pile, guys, linkages, swing arm, side stand is going in the silver powder coating pile.
and everything over here. So brake lever, gear lever. What are they again, guys? You know, don't you? Footrest brackets. That is the plate that holds the rear sprocket, so the rear sprocket carrier, and that is our hub that we just removed. That is all in the black powder coating pile. So I am going to go and get this lot dropped off with Andy. Right, guys, we've ended up going a bit further with this bike than what we thought, but that's always the way, isn't it? Now, if you've made it this far, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go and get that powder coating dropped back off. Probably be a couple of weeks before we bring this one back in. And we'll try and do something in between. Obviously, there's plenty to do. I'm Dino. This is Patch's Repair Shop. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I'd love to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year, but it's starting to get away from us. Drop us a comment, hit like. I'm going to stick a video here and here for you guys to click on, and I will see you next week.